Detroit, Michigan, in the spring of 2025, pulses with a raw, unyielding energy. Its streets a living tapestry of automotive legacy and hard-won resilience. The city's heartbeat thumps through the growl of engines, the clatter of construction, and the faint strains of Motown Marvin Gaye's soulful croon slipping from open windows. Along Woodward Avenue, where muscle cars once roared and dreams were forged in steel. Steel, Hart Customs, stands as a defiant relic. The 3,000-square-foot motorcycle shop, its walls lined with wrenches and its air heavy with the tang of oil and sweat, fights for survival against Chrome Empire, a corporate chain whose gleaming showrooms siphon customers like a predator draining its prey. Into this gritty arena rides Keanu Reeves, a Hollywood icon whose faded jeans and weathered 10-year-old leather jacket mask his stardom. Known for his quiet humility and lifelong passion for motorcycles, Keanu arrives in Detroit with a singular purpose to commission a custom chopper for Ride to Rise, a charity program teaching at-risk teens the craft of motorcycle repair. Building not just bikes but futures, Keanu's mission is deeply personal, rooted in a past that haunts and drives him. Among the teens in Ride to Rise is Malik, a 16-year-old with a quick mind and guarded heart, whose knack for engines mirrors Keanu's own unspoken love for the open road. As Keanu pauses at American Coney Island, the diner's neon sign buzzing, he bites into a chili dog, its sharp tang pulling him back to a memory. At 16, he was adrift, reeling from his brother's descent into the streets, until a grizzled mechanic named Joe handed him a wrench and a Harley's keys. "Bikes don't judge," Joe said. His garage, a sanctuary that kept Keanu whole. Now, picturing Malik's wary eyes, Keanu envisions a 600-mile charity ride from Detroit to Milwaukee. The custom chopper, a beacon of hope for kids teetering on the edge. The 65-degree breeze carries Detroit's pulse, honking horns. The grind of cranes, the laughter of kids chasing Motown riffs. He cruises past the Fox Theater, its Art Deco facade glowing gold under the spring sun, a landmark anchoring the story in Detroit's proud cultural fabric. His Harley's vibration hums through his bones, the road alive with exhaust and lilac sweetness. A city that refuses to break, unlike the polished gloss of an a dealership. Detroit's grit and charm ground this tale in a vivid, relatable backdrop, resonating with America's reverence for car and bike culture. Inside, Steelheart Customs. Simon, the shop's embattled owner, hunches over a cluttered workbench, his limp throbbing as he flips through a ledger stained with grease. The $60 debt looms like a guillotine. Each unpaid bill, a reminder of Chrome Empire's gleaming showrooms stealing his customers. His father built this 3,000-square-foot garage in '78. Its walls plastered with Born to Ride posters and echoes of better days. Now, the air is thick with oil, sweat, and desperation. A 100-watt radio crackling Stevie Wonder's Superstition through the din of clanging wrenches and grinding metal. Simon's pride, battered but unyielding, is all that keeps him from signing the foreclosure papers, stacked beside a faded photo of his dad. Outside, Keanu Reeves' 600-pound Harley, its 120-cubic-inch engine, still warm from a 10-mile ride, growls to a stop, the exhaust mingling with Detroit's spring heat. He wipes sweat from his brow, the 65-degree sun glinting off his weathered 10-year-old leather jacket, and steps into the shop, his mind fixed on the chopper that will lead the Ride to Rise charity ride. The oil-stained concrete floor crunches under his scuffed boots, the shop's chaotic symphony enveloping him, sparks flying, metal screeching, the faint hum of Motown weaving through it all. Keanu's unassuming entrance, no Hollywood swagger, just a quiet gaze clashes with the tension hanging heavy in the air. Simon, mistaking him for another broke dreamer, snaps, his voice cutting through the noise like a misfired piston. "This ain't a museum, pal." The clash is subtle but sharp, a collision of egos and assumptions, setting the stage for a lesson in respect forged in the heat of Detroit's unyielding spirit. The shop's raw energy mirrors the city itself, gruff, proud, and fiercely independent. Steelheart Customs is more than a business. It's a sanctuary for those who live for the roar of an engine and the freedom of the road. Keanu, with his deep ties to the motorcycle world, feels at home here, yet his presence disrupts the fragile balance. Simon's struggle is not just financial, but existential, a fight to preserve a way of life against corporate erasure. Keanu's connection to Malik adds emotional weight, elevating the stakes beyond a vague, meaningful cause. Malik, with his quick hands and wary eyes, represents the potential Keanu seeks to nurture a kid who could rise above the streets through the skills Ride to Rise imparts. The charity ride, with its 600-mile journey, is not just a fundraiser, but a testament to second chances, a concept Keanu holds close. As Keanu stands in the shop, the clatter of tools fading into the background, he pictures the chopper sleek, powerful, a machine that will carry Malik's dreams and his own across the open road. The spring sun filters through smudged windows, casting shadows on the concrete floor. Simon's sharp words linger, but Keanu's calm demeanor hints at a deeper strength, a man who has faced loss and emerged with grace. Detroit's automotive heritage, from the assembly lines that built a nation to the custom shops that keep its spirit alive, forms the perfect crucible for this story. The city's resilience mirrors Keanu's own, and Steelheart Customs, with its battered walls and beating heart, becomes the stage for a tale of redemption, respect, and the enduring power of community. The road ahead promises challenges, but as Keanu steps deeper into the shop, the hum of the city outside and the fire within him signal the start of something extraordinary. In the dim glow of her cramped Detroit apartment, Lena, a 20-year-old apprentice and single mom, sits at a wobbly kitchen table, her phone trembling in her hands. It's spring 2025, and a sleepless night has left her eyes heavy, the weight of her choice crushing. The 2-minute video of Simon's confrontation with Keanu Reeves loops silently on her screen. Simon's shove, Keanu's calm restraint. Simon gave her a job at Steelheart Customs when no one else would, defended her against a sexist customer last summer. But his venom, his dismissal of respect, betrays the shop's soul and her own dreams for Zoe, her 4-year-old asleep in the next room. "This isn't right," Lena whispers, her heart pounding. Posting the video could cost her job, her only lifeline. But silence feels like surrender. For Zoe, for herself. She types, "Respect isn't optional," and hits send, her breath catching as the clip uploads to X. By morning, the video explodes across the platform, racking up 12 million views in 24 hours. Hashtags, Jar Ride for Respect and Keanu Kindness. Flood X, fueled by Keanu's words in the footage. "Respect's free, but it's rarer than any bike here." Americans, fiercely protective of Keanu, a Hollywood icon revered for his humility and love for motorcycles, erupt in outrage. X posts swarm with fury. "Keanu's worth more than your shop." Simon, one user, writes, while another demands, "Shut Steelheart down." The fallout hits Steelheart Customs like a Detroit thunderstorm. Its 3-square-foot garage, once alive with Motown hits and the clatter of tools, now eerily silent. Lena's decision, born in the quiet of her apartment, unleashes a storm of its own making, shaking the shop's oil-stained foundations and igniting a city's call for justice. Steelheart Customs reels as the boycott bites hard. Within days, 80% of its bookings vanish, canceled by loyal customers who feel betrayed by Simon's treatment of Keanu. Chrome Empire, the corporate chain circling like a vulture, seizes the moment, slashing prices on custom bikes to lure defectors. Simon, holed up in his cluttered office, surrounded by Born to Ride posters and unpaid bills, scrambles to defend himself. He posts on X, claiming he didn't recognize Keanu. Typing, I thought he was some drifter. I'm drowning in $60. $1,000 debt cut me a break. But the excuse only pours fuel on the fire. Comments flood in, tearing into his limp apology. You shoved a legend. Simon, own it. His factory injury and financial strain, once private scars, are now public fodder, deepening his isolation. The shop, with its oil-stained floors and flickering lights, feels like a sinking ship. And Simon, a 50-year-old captain who never saw the iceberg. Amid the chaos of the viral storm, Lena emerges as an unlikely hero, the 20-year-old apprentice, a single mom battling sexism, in Steel, Hart Customs' male-dominated garage, becomes Detroit's voice of courage. The day after her video ignites X, Simon corners her in the shop's oil-stained break room, his face a mask of fury. You betrayed me, Lena, he growls, his limp heavy as he looms. I gave you a shot, and you tanked my shop. Lena's heart races. Losing this job could unravel her and Zoe's fragile stability. Their cramped apartment's rent always looming. Yet she stands tall. Her voice firm, respect matters. Simon, for me, for Zoe, for everyone. Her defiance, born of a mother's grit, holds fast. WDIV-TV invites her for an interview. Her worn steel Hart Customs apron swapped for a crisp jacket as she speaks about women in mechanics. I recorded it because respect matters, she says, her voice steady despite nerves. At home, her 4-year-old daughter, Zoe, cheers. Mamas on TV clapping from their tiny apartment. Lena's stand ripples through Detroit, inspiring women to enroll in trade programs, chasing dreams of welding torches and custom engines. Her sketches of sleek choppers, once hidden in her locker, now circulate online, earning praise from local designers. But the spotlight isn't all glory. Simon's threat lingers, a shadow over Zoe's future. Yet Lena's courage, forged in a dreamer's heart, cements her as a co-protagonist in this unfolding drama. Across town, Malik, the 17-year-old Keanu mentors through Ride to Rise, teeters on a dangerous edge. As dusk settles over Detroit's cracked sidewalks in spring 2025, he's cornered in a narrow alley behind a shuttered bodega, the air thick with cigarette smoke and the hum of distant traffic. Jaro, a local gang leader with a gold chain glinting under a flickering streetlight, leans in close, dangling a wad of $500 cash. Fix our bikes. Kid, Jaro sneers, his crew's eyes boring into Malik. This pays better than your charity gig. The money tempts him more than he'd earn in months at Ride to Rise, and quitting feels like an easy out. His hands, skilled at tuning carburetors, tremble in his pockets, the weight of his mom's hospital bills and the allure of quick cash clawing at his resolve. Jaro's smirk widens, sensing weakness, but Malik's thoughts flicker to Keanu's steady voice. Earlier that day, Keanu, sensing the shift, calls him from a quiet corner near the Fox Theater, its Art Deco glow fading into twilight. You're tougher than any 650-pound bike, Keanu says, his words cutting through Malik's doubt like a wrench through rust. Stay the course. The words hit hard, grounding Malik in the purpose he'd nearly forgotten. Back at Steel Hart Customs, he pours his energy into designing the chopper's red, white, blue paint job, a bold tribute to Detroit's automotive roots. Each stroke of his sketch, vibrant stripes curling around the frame channels his struggle, transforming temptation into resolve. The chopper, meant for Keanu's 600-mile charity ride to raise $5 million, becomes Malik's anchor, a symbol of the future he could build, not just for himself, but for the community that believes in him. Detroit's response to Lena's viral video weaves a tight-knit tapestry of community and consequence in spring 2025. Unlike a faceless global movement, the boycott feels personal. Neighbors, gearheads, and American Coney Island regulars shun Steel Hart Customs, their loyalty to Keanu and Lena outweighing years of patronage. X-posts pulse with 2025's digital culture. From memes mocking Simon's hippie hair jab to heartfelt threads praising Keanu's restraint. Lena's WDIV-TV interview, replayed across local bars and barbershops, cements her as a hometown hero, her call for respect echoing through Detroit streets. Yet Chrome Empire, the corporate chain circling like a vulture, seizes the moment. Vince, its slick manager and a former Steelheart mechanic, ramps up the assault, plastering Woodward Avenue with billboards offering cut-rate custom bikes. He visits the shop, smirking. Sign over the lot. Simon, or you're done. His predatory discounts lure defectors, tightening the noose around Steelheart's $3 square foot garage. Malik's arc adds emotional weight to the charity ride, his fight to resist the streets mirroring the shop's battle against Vince's corporate machine. The chopper's creation, its red, white, blue paint a nod to Detroit's automotive roots, becomes a stakes-driven mission, not just a feel-good cause. The garage, alive with Motown's rhythm and grease-streaked walls, remains a crucible. Simon's defiance, Lena's rise, and Malik's redemption collide under its roof, each choice rippling outward. Keanu, envisioning the 120 cubic inch chopper, watches the chaos unfold, his quiet strength a beacon in a city that thrives on resilience, even as Vince's shadow looms larger. On a 70-degree August afternoon in spring 2025, the sun bathes Detroit's Woodward Avenue in a golden glow, casting long shadows across the cracked asphalt outside Steelheart Customs, the $3 square foot motorcycle shop. Once a hive of clanging tools and Motown hits, now sits eerily quiet, its lot empty, save for a crooked for sale sign swaying in the breeze. Keanu Reeves rolls in on his 600-pound Harley, the 120 cubic inch engine's low rumble breaking the silence. No entourage, no Hollywood flair, just faded jeans, a 10-year-old leather jacket, and a quiet resolve. The viral storm sparked by Lena's video has left the shop battered. But Keanu sees potential where others see ruin. He steps off his bike, the engine's warmth fading, and faces Simon, the shop's embattled owner, with a steady gaze. This place can be more than chrome, Keanu says. Voice calm but firm. Partner with Ride to Rise. Train kids like Malik. Build something that lasts. Simon, a 50-year-old former mechanic whose limp and $60,000 debt tell a story of hard years, stands in the shop's doorway, his 5'10" frame slouched under the weight of his mistakes. The boycott that followed Lena's video, 12 million views and a flood of Ride for Respect posts, gutted Steelheart Customs, stripping 80% of its bookings. Chrome Empire's predatory discounts only deepened the wound. But Lena's courage, captured in that shaky 2-minute clip, and Keanu's unshaken dignity have cracked Simon's pride. He meets Keanu's eyes, his own, clouded with regret. I judged you wrong, Mr. Reeves, he says, voice rough. Let me make it right. In a public apology posted on X, Simon owns his error, pledging to mentor teens through Ride to Rise, his first step guiding Malik, the 17-year-old Keanu champions, in rebuilding a 110 cubic inch bike, its frame a canvas for redemption. Simon's turnaround is no small feat. His factory accident 2 decades ago left him limping and bitter, and the shop's looming foreclosure fueled his snap judgment of Keanu as a drifter. But the community's outrage, paired with Lena's stand as a single mom and aspiring designer, forced him to confront his flaws. Mentoring Malik, whose quick hands and guarded heart mirror Simon's younger self, becomes his path forward. Together, they wrench and weld, transforming a battered frame into a sleek machine. Its red, white, blue paint job, Malik's design, a nod to Detroit's automotive soul. Keanu oversees the work, his presence a quiet anchor, his own ties to Malik rooted in late-night talks about engines and second chances. The shop, with its oil-stained floors and Born to Ride posters, begins to hum again. Not with customers, but with purpose. Detroit's response is electric. Word of Simon's pledge and Keanu's return spreads like wildfire across X, reigniting the city's pride. On reopening day, the shop's lot transforms into a vibrant rally, a testament to the community's unyielding spirit. 300 bikers, their Harleys and choppers gleaming under the spring sun, pack the 300 square foot space, joined by Ride to Rise teens, local gearheads, and families. A 600-foot Ride for Respect banner, strung across the lot, flutters in the breeze, its bold letters visible from blocks away. Lena, now a local hero after her WDIV-TV interview, steps forward, her 4-year-old daughter, Zoe, clapping at her side. She unveils a new Steel Heart Custom sign, its sleek design her own, a symbol of her dream to become Detroit's first female custom bike designer. The crowd roars, Motown hits blasting from a 100-watt radio, as the event raises $100 for Ride to Rise, fueling the program's mission to save kids like Malik from the streets. The rally is more than a fundraiser. It's a cinematic climax, a vivid tapestry of leather jackets, chrome pipes, and Detroit's defiant heart. Bikers rev their engines in unison, a thunderous salute to second chances, while teens from Ride to Rise, tools in hand, showcase their work. Malik, his eyes bright with purpose, stands beside the rebuilt bike, its paint job gleaming under the sun. Simon, no longer the bitter antagonist, shakes hands with locals, his limp less a burden now, his pride tempered by humility. Lena, balancing Zoe on her hip, fields questions from women inspired by her courage, her sketches of future choppers already gaining traction online. Keanu, leaning against his Harley, watches it all, his quiet smile reflecting the stakes a shop reborn, a teen reclaimed, a city united. This collective action outshines a lone speech or a firing, rooting the story in American values of redemption and community. Detroit's rally, unlike a vague global cause, feels personal. Neighbors, mechanics, and teens standing shoulder to shoulder. The 600-foot banner and roaring bikes create a scene that pulses with life, far surpassing a quiet exit. Simon's growth, from prejudice to mentorship, mirrors the city's own resilience, while Lena's rise and Malik's resolve weave emotional depth into the chopper's creation. As the rally winds down, Keanu mounts his Harley, the 600-mile charity ride to Milwaukee looming. The shop, once on the brink, now hums with promise, its grease-streaked walls a testament to what respect and redemption can build. In the radiant warmth of a late spring day in 2025, the 600-mile Ride to Rise charity ride thunders out of Detroit, Michigan, bound for Milwaukee. Keanu Reeves, astride the custom 120-cubic-inch chopper, leads the pack, its red, white, blue paint job a tribute to Detroit's automotive heart gleaming under the 75-degree March sun. The bike's roar, a symphony of power and purpose, vibrates through his bones, the asphalt blurring beneath as Michigan's green fields stretch wide, their wildflower sweetness mingling with exhaust. Beside him rides Malik, now 18, his leather jacket emblazoned with a Ride to Rise patch. The temptations of gang life left in the dust. At a gas station stop, Keanu claps Malik's shoulder, their laughter cutting through the hum of idling engines. "You're riding for something bigger now," Keanu says, his eyes crinkling, and Malik's grin, once guarded, shines free. The journey, fueled by Keanu's vision to raise $5 million for the program, binds them closer, each mile a testament to second chances. The ride culminates at the Milwaukee Rally, a sprawling celebration of bike culture where thousands gather amid the scent of grilled brats, the pulse of a blues band's wail, and the glint of chrome under a dusk-streaked sky. The chopper, a masterpiece born from Steel Heart Custom's gritty garage, takes center stage on a platform draped in American flags. As the auction begins, tension spikes. Vince, Chrome Empire's scheming manager, bids fiercely. His $2 million offer, aimed at locking the chopper in his showroom. A corporate trophy to mock Detroit's triumph. Gasps ripple through the crowd. But a Fox Theater patron, inspired by Lena's TEDx talk, rallies local bikers to counterbid. Their $2.5 million bid wins. The auctioneer's gavel falling like a thunderclap. The crowd roars. Malik's fist raised in victory, as the funds secure 12 Ride-to-Rise hubs across the U.S., each a beacon for at-risk teens seeking skills and hope. Keanu, from the stage, nods to the bidders. This chopper's heart stays with Detroit. Back in Detroit, Steelheart Customs transforms into the flagship hub of this new network. Simon, the shop's once bitter owner, now stands as a mentor, his gray hair tied back, his limp lighter with purpose. The $60 debt that nearly crushed him is a fading memory, replaced by the hum of 30 teens training yearly under his and Lena's guidance. Lena, the 20-year-old single mom who sparked the Friar Ride for Respect movement with her viral video, is now co-owner of the shop. Her courage, once captured in a shaky 2-minute clip, has blossomed into a platform. At TEDx Detroit, she delivers a 12-minute talk on women in trades. Her words sharp and inspiring, earning 1 million views online. Her daughter, Zoe, now 5, sketches choppers at a workbench, her crayons tracing dreams Lena once hid in a locker. The shop's 3-square-foot garage, alive with Motown hits and the clatter of tools, is no longer just a business. It's a sanctuary for second chances. Its oil-stained floors a canvas for redemption, the Ride for Respect movement, sparked by Lena's courageous stand and Keanu's quiet humility, spreads like wildfire far beyond the streets of Detroit. Within months, over 50 motorcycle shops across the country proudly joined the cause, adopting mentorship programs, hosting free workshops for at-risk teens, and pledging a new code, Respect over Chrome. Shopfronts from Atlanta to Seattle now display banners with Steelheart's emblem and motto, symbols of a cultural shift long overdue. Social media becomes a living archive of transformation. Short videos show teens like Javier from El Paso, who built his first cafe racer from salvaged parts, and Amira from Chicago, welding her way toward a full scholarship in mechanical engineering. Each post, hashtagged Your Ride for Respect, is a beating heart of the movement, proof that real change rides on 2 wheels and human connection. In Los Angeles, Keanu sits quietly in the twilight of his modest home, reflecting on it all. With a worn notebook beside him and a half-empty mug of coffee cooling at his elbow, he posts a simple message on X: "Respect's not about chrome or fame. It's about giving everyone a shot. Thanks, Detroit." The post resonates deeply, garnering over 500,000 likes within hours, shared by celebrities, bikers, and students alike. Keanu's legacy is sealed not by blockbusters or awards, but by a movement stitched together by greasy hands and hopeful hearts. As the sun sets over Detroit's skyline, casting a warm 75-degree rift glow across the reborn city, its reflection shimmers like a mirror of the journey one built on collective grit, second chances, and the enduring grace of respect. The final scene unfolds inside Steelheart Customs, where the once fading garage now hums with vibrant life. Malik, his hands steady and sure, fine-tunes the carburetor of a gleaming 650-pound chopper. The Ride-to-Rise patch stitched proudly onto his jacket catches the overhead light, a badge of everything he's overcome. His eyes, once wary, now burn with a focused ambition to open his own shop one day. A dream he's quietly begun sketching out in the worn notebook tucked into his back pocket. Across the shop, Lena adjusts the straps of her apron, the co-owner badge pinned neatly over her heart. She watches a new teen apprentice fumble slightly with a torque wrench, and with a patient smile, steps in to guide his hands. In Lena's mind, Steelheart isn't just a business anymore, it's a launchpad. Her next goal, expanding Ride to rise into satellite garages across Detroit, planting seeds of hope where they're needed most. Nearby, Zoe, perched on a battered stool, sketches a sleek chopper in her notebook, her crayon strokes bold with a red-white-blue flourish. Inspired by the very bike that started it all, her bright laughter bubbles up, blending effortlessly with the soulful beat of a Motown classic playing from the old jukebox. At a welding station, Simon leans over a young apprentice, demonstrating the subtle arc of a perfect bead. He pauses for a moment, surveying the bustling shop with quiet pride. Where once there was uncertainty and silence, now there's music, movement, and a future hammering itself into existence. The old for sale sign that once hung grimly above the door is long gone. In its place gleams a bold, custom-forged sign designed by Lena herself, its sharp lines and rugged beauty, a tribute to Detroit's unbreakable spirit. The walls are lined with Born to Ride posters, but more importantly, they're filled with handprints, laughter, and dreams forged in steel and second chances. Steelheart Customs, once on the brink of vanishing, now stands not just as a business, but as a living monument to resilience, a place where futures are built. One bike, one spark, and one heart at a time. This legacy, 12 hubs, 5 million. And a nationwide movement grounds the story in tangible impact, far surpassing vague hashtags or fleeting fame. Malik's growth, from gang temptation to mentorship, ties his subplot to the chopper's journey. Lena's rise, from apprentice to TEDx speaker, celebrates her maternal stakes and feminist fire. Simon's redemption, from prejudice to purpose, embodies American values of second chances, outshining a mere firing or resignation. The Milwaukee Rally, with its roaring bikes and Midwest heart, roots the climax in U.S. bike culture, its energy more vivid than a generic auction. As the sun dips low, casting golden light across Detroit's skyline, the city stands as a testament to respect's power, not just in words, but in welders' sparks, teens' triumphs, and a chopper's roar. To everyone who's followed this journey, thank you for riding with us through Detroit's streets and Steelheart's revival. Your support fuels stories like these, where respect and redemption take the lead. If you've been inspired by Keanu, Malik, Lena, and Simon, hit that subscribe button to join our channel for more tales of grit and grace. Together, let's keep the road open and the engines roaring.